Hello, Internet. This is Whispering Whim, finally doing the November 2021 grocery haul. This one's a little later than I usually aim for, but as some of my regulars would know, October was a very big month for me. Not only am I now a married woman and had a wonderful honeymoon in Napa Valley, we rode some hot air balloon rides and did a murder mystery dinner theater wine train Harry Potter themed event. It was a lot, but it was fun. So happy finally got the wedding out of the way. We've been engaged, or we were engaged for I think it was about 3 years, a little over 3 years by the time we got married. So I'm glad that that's out of the way. But on top of getting married and doing all of that fun stuff, because of COVID, I had a lot of shows that got pushed into the fall, and I didn't want to sacrifice any of them. That's my job, and I needed to make up for lost time, right? So, on top of getting married and having a honeymoon, I did 3 different shows. One regular craft show, and then 2 sort of genre specific conventions. And it was exhausting. It was so tiring, but very satisfying because I I basically made almost 3 times what I would have made when I was working my regular hourly job. So, high five to the camera because I am high on life right now. So, without much further ado here, let's jump into the actual groceries, which is why y'all are here, right? First up, let's do the really fun thing that's sitting here and being all big and in the way. This is a seasonal popcorn set, and it has white chocolate peppermint as a flavor, gingerbread cookie, and snickerdoodle. How exciting is that? And as if that wasn't exciting enough, there's another brand that I like. This one's Skinny Pop, so I ended up going with them because they were a little less calorie dense. But Sam's Club also had Popcornopolis is a brand, and they had they had a winter lineup too. It had caramel corn, kettle corn, snickerdoodle, and cinnamon toast crunch, I think were the flavors in that one. And I was really torn on which one to get. So I think if we eat through these really fast, before Christmas, I might sneak over there and try to get the other brand too. Also from Sam's Club, I got my classic make the laundry smell nice beads. I actually use a very eco-friendly, no plastic laundry detergent, and they do come in scented, but the scent is not good, and it doesn't last very long. So I kind of ruined the whole effect by getting these because they're in that big old plastic container, but one of these guys will last me, at least a couple of months, maybe half a year. So it's not too much plastic. I still feel a little bad though. It's really hard in today's world to be environmentally friendly, or at least to do it in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're giving up, all the fun of being in a modern society, right? Well, anyways, also from Sam's Club and not in plastic, are these big old heavy jars of marinara sauce, spaghetti sauce, because winter is coming, and that means winter foods, and I'm really excited. I'm ready for spaghetti again. I have started to sneak it back into our lineup a little bit here and there on the colder days, but Most days haven't been cold enough. It's been a pretty long fall for where I live, and I am so excited about that. Fall is just my favorite season. It's kind of why I picked my wedding to be in fall. My birthday month is in fall, and I just think it's the most pleasant time of year, before you get into all the holiday craziness that is Christmas, right? So, anyways, fall food's good. This is for fall foods. Okay. Now we can start jumping into our bags here because we got the big stuff out of the way. The only thing I didn't lift for the camera is I got another one of those cases of seltzer water, and I couldn't resist. So I had already, it's warm because, I just got it from the store. So I ice cubed up a glass and poured some because I love this seltzer water so much. Anyways, we have lots and lots of chips coming up. Here's a party-sized bag of Lay's. A not party-sized bag of Lay's. And the reason why I have both of them is one of the things that I kind of tack on to the holiday season is making onion dip. And so when we make it for a party, I got the big bag, but I'm going to make some for home. That's why I got the little bag. And then we have some kettle cooked. Oh, it's very crunchy. Sometimes I forget to slow down so that we can actually ASMR these sounds here. But anyways, we have some kettle cooked salt and pepper flavor. This is for my guy's lunches. He prefers kettle cooked, because they're a bit crunchier, thicker. And I am the opposite. I like really classic, plain Lay's like that because they're soft. And, with the braces, still a little easier to chew, right? So sometimes I can't even chew those. Depends on how new the wire is. Braces, man. I would not do it again. Anyways, we got some colored Goldfish crackers. And let's see here. Some organic Sushi ginger. I would have just settled for non-organic ginger. And you may recall, it was maybe 2 grocery trips ago, I had picked up some ginger. I was really excited to see it in the store and remember to grab it. And I love to just eat ginger. It's weird. And when I got it home, I threw it in the fridge, got it nice and cold, and then I took the first little bit, and it was artificially sweetened, to a sickening degree. I couldn't eat any of it, and I was so sad. So this one, I double checked, and it has real sugar in it, and it's crazy. There's no reason to use fake sugar, because this one that has real sugar still is only 5 calories per teaspoon and has 1 gram of carbohydrate. 1. And I think this is the kind that they use in their sushi trays, because my shopping day treat is I always get one of the grocery store sushi things. They actually make them really good over there. And I'll eat it on the car ride home, as if it was fast food. So it's never shown in the grocery haul, but it's part of the grocery haul. But anyways, the ginger that they use in there is always good. I'm hoping this is that ginger, because I really want some good ginger, just at the house. Because, waiting for sushi to eat it, it's now you're paying $50 for fish, not really trying to fill up on this stuff. Okay, then we have not 1, but 2 better than bouillon bases. We've got, my ice just cracked. we got the roasted chicken one. I use this one a lot. And then a little less useful, but still used, the roast beef one. One of my wedding gifts was an Insta Pot, and I wasn't sure if it was really worth all the hubbub, but the one that I put on the registry doubled as a rice cooker. I don't have a rice cooker. In fact, I use minute rice all the time, and I probably shouldn't. But anyways, I haven't even used the Insta Pot as a rice cooker because I'm still going through all of my minute rice. But I have used it for like corned beef. Oh my goodness, corned beef in an hour and a half. Hallelujah. So I'm gonna be trying a lot of like stews and soups and things like that in my Instapot, and I'm very excited for it. I did try, the only other thing I've tried in there other than like obvious roast type situations is there's like this chicken parmesan recipe where you can like saute in the pan, and it's like a one cooking vessel thing, which sounds good in theory, but it had flour in the recipe that got, cooked onto the pan, and it's just a steel, pot thing. It doesn't have like a non-stick coating on it. Apparently it was torturous for my husband to clean. My boy is now my husband. Oh my. So I'm not going to try any more recipes like that, I don't think. But it was okay for chicken parmesan. Okay, moving on. Tomato ketchup. No sugar added. Some good old sea salt. Getting it from the bin section means this whole thing cost me like 50 cents. Another poppy pop for my ice over there. Got some fresh bay leaves. I never can go through bay leaves fast enough. But I was going through my spices. You may have noticed that this is new, right? Still the same kitchen, but I have a container thing in here now. But what's really fun is I didn't add, but this has been on my counter and it never really works right on the counter, but this is like the perfect spot for it because it just folds out and then I can see my spices. So I was going through all of my spices and discovered that the bay leaves that I've been using are now like 5 years old. They're probably not really adding that much flavor anymore. So I wanna get some fresher ones and see if maybe that'll help, because I have noticed that some of my soups have been missing something, and I think the super old bay leaf might be the problem. Next up, we got some good old-fashioned garlic. You can use your imagination where that's gonna go. Some white beans for white bean chili, and there's another can of that lying around somewhere, but it's in another area, I think. A cheddar cheese soup base, and there will definitely be more cans of this coming up, although not in this particular bag. Basically, holiday season also means that I'm going to be making a lot of macaroni and cheese. I have a recipe that has bacon and jalapenos in it, and it is very well received at holiday dinners. I think I tried to do a cooking video with that. It was awkward. Cooking videos are not my thing, I don't think. I am very specialized. In fact, there's quite a few nice people who try to suggest new and other things, and I'm just like, I don't wanna. It's a time investment thing. I'm typically pretty busy, and like grocery hauls, they still take time, but I'm already grocery shopping. You know what I mean? So it's just the filming and the editing. Whereas like, I commonly, people ask for role plays, and I have a little bit of a theater background. I could do it, but I just don't have the desire or the time. I have other artistic endeavors for being artistic, Actually, I'll show you something in just a sec. So anyways, long story short, grocery hauls are my thing. Sometimes I do a random special video, and at the end of this video, I will tell you about one that's coming up. So stay tuned for that. And if you're starting to fall asleep, just remember later on to like wake back up and like fast forward to the end, because I'm gonna be asking some questions, and we're gonna get anyways, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Birthday cake Oreos is what I am holding on to, and now I'm gonna go grab that other thing. So this is a scarf that I made with felt, wet felting technique rather. It is felt now, it wasn't felt before. So this satisfies my need to be artistic, right? Let's see here, we can like gracefully. But it is merino wool and silk, and these are little wool nips, and like the really shiny kind of goldish part is silk. So stuff like this is where I really get artistic. I don't need to be all crazy with the videos. Plus I can sell this later. Back to food. We've got some seed snacks. Nice low calorie, high in iron. Well, only 0.4 milligrams, but that's pretty impressive considering one package only weighs 5 grams. But these are really great kind of diet friendly snacks, and how will you say it? I've been off and on dieting for the wedding for like 3 years, right? That's about as long as I've been dieting for, off and on. But once the wedding was done and we were in Napa Valley, I ate so much stuff. Oh my goodness. I've been living up life, having my potatoes and my carbs and all the things, but it is probably time to temper that back down. You know, you can't avoid it completely because Thanksgiving and Christmas are upon us, but yeah, I better start watching that again. And then in here we have a super duper sized bag of cinnamon. Last year I had made my mother-in-law some cinnamon syrup to put into her drinks, and I'm planning on surprising her with some more of that because, you know, I love to feed people, I guess. We got some croutons, some regular beef broth. Now I have this in addition to this because this stuff is basically just meat flavored salt at this point. It's delicious. I love it. But sometimes you don't need any more salt in a dish. So that's where this comes in. Kind of like water plus flavored water, meat flavored water. I made that really weird. I don't know why. You guys will have to forgive me. It's been like, I don't know, just a sigh of relief, and to be over the wedding hump, but I'm also sad, and I don't know, a lot's going on in my life. But groceries. Next up, we have some Milano cookies. These are the individual ones, which means they are for my guy's lunches. I still make his lunches, and right now I'm pre-setting the coffee to brew for him in the morning. His workplace switched offices, and they don't have a water hookup yet. And I think it's one of those things where he just pretends to be oblivious so that I'll do it. But he's like, I don't know how to make the coffee maker like start at a specific time. And I'm like, you press this button. But he wants me to do it. It's not hard, so I do it, but he is a baby. I spoil him way too much. Well, now we're on to the piece de la resistance, right? This is a very giant bag of shells, pasta, and this is the main component in my mac and cheese. And I anticipate that I will have to make it a few times this month. This particular Saturday, we're having like a friend's Thanksgiving with some of his friends. Go figure. And on Thanksgiving itself, I always make mac and cheese. So I decided I would just get a giant bag of it. I'll have to buy more of the other ingredients later, but the local grocery store that's a little quicker to get to than this one doesn't have a very large selection of shells, and so they'll run out sometimes. So I just got those. Better safe than sorry, right? Okay. I got 2 packages of Jalapeno Crisps, mostly because it's one of those items that I'll remember it when I remember it, and then I'll forget it for a very long time. So now I just pick up 2 because they keep pretty long. So next up, we've got some cranberries. Those are actually also for our salads. Kind of pep them up. I usually add like a little bit of Ghost Reaper pepper, like grind powder. And then, so you got that super spicy and then sweet, kind of helps temper it just a little bit. It's very good salad. It's turned my guy on to having salads because he's not a salad guy, but he likes my, I don't know what you would call it, spicy sweet ranch thing. It's an interesting little bit of lettuce. You can tell it's almost lunchtime because I'm starting to get like the hungry like blankness. Like, what's going on? I don't know. But I do know in my hand right now is a package of tomato, garlic, and basil marinade. I only got 1 package of seasoning. Now that my spices are a little more easier to get at, I am trying to use them more. Especially so that I don't have the, bay leaves for 5 years in a row. So, that's that. We have some apples. This is a rocket apple. I don't know what those taste like, but I was intrigued. And the Granny Smiths that were there today didn't look very good, which is my guy's favorite apple, but he'll eat all the apples. So, we're going to give these ones a go. They smell like they're going to be pretty good apples. You can, with produce, you can kind of smell the quality sometimes. Actually, that smells really good. I might have to try one at lunch, although I'll have to cut it up really small. Apples are kind of hard to eat with the braces. We'll see. Following that, I've got... Oh, there's 2 things in here, actually. So, we've got some pans. That's for transporting my mac and cheesy. And then we have some prunes. I decided I'm going to give prunes a shot. Because I'm like most Americans. I could use a little more fiber in my diet. Although I think I'm better than average. We do eat a lot of vegetables in this household. But, doesn't hurt to add a little extra bit of something. Gosh, I sound old now, don't I? Let's get some fiber in your diet. Keeps you regular. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's move right along. We have some wine. One of the roasts that I'm making, I'm going to deglaze the pan with a little bit of wine. So that's why I got that guy. And then I got some teriyaki sauce. This is the garlic and onion one, so that's good stuff. And then we have the rest of those cans of stuff I was telling you were hiding around. I'm not sure how well you can see it on there. I have this wonderful little wine bag. And you know, when they first gave it to me, I was like, I am never buying 4 bottles of wine all at once, right? But it is very sturdy and amazing for carrying around heavy things like sauce bottles. So, and it can hold like 2 cans in one sleeve, and I love this thing now. I almost wish I had more of them. I got this ages ago, though. And I probably don't need more. Anyways, more cheddar cheese soup. More white beans. And one final cheddar cheese soup base. This is another key ingredient to my mac and cheese. And then we're down to our last dry bag. And I think I'm going to keep up the tradition of not pulling out all the wet stuff. You know, it just makes my life easier. But I've got roasts. I went to Sam's Club and I got a huge pack of roast meat that I ended up quartering because the Insta Pot isn't that big. And so we're going to have roast like 4 times this month. And I only paid like $17 for the whole package. It wasn't too ridiculous. And I got chicken, of course. I got my freezer vegetables, which I always get, right? I have my freezer bread. I have some, breakfast bowls, you know, those Jimmy Dean, you know, egg and potato bowls. I've got a couple of those. Cream, butter, carrots, celery, you know, just all the normal stuff. I feel like everything that goes in the refrigerator, I probably get almost every time anyways, so you guys aren't missing out too much. And this will be, I think, a good size video, even without it. So maybe I'll bring it back for a different one, but anyways, moving on. Right here, we got some potatoes, and I actually got these ones and these ones. I'm gonna kind of play around to see what works the best in the Insta Pot. So that'll be fun. Got some little bow tie pasta. I usually make a broccoli, cream, garlic, and chicken kind of a dish with that. Then we have jalapenos, good old hunkin' and batch of them, because they're a key ingredient for the mac and cheese, right? And I have to pat myself on the back. I finally remembered to use my reusable bags, so I feel a little less bad about, you know, the other plastic that's around. We got 2 avocados. I'm going to be brave and try having 2 in the house at once. That never quite works out in my favor, ever. And then, wrapping up that, we have some lemons. So, that has been my grocery haul. I spent about $300 between the 2 stores. Sam's Club I usually do for, you know, meat and carrots, because we always eat a lot of carrots, and my seltzer water. And then most everything else came from Winco, which is a employee-owned grocery store. So I like to support them because it's not Walmart. And usually their prices actually are better and the quality is better. It's just far away. I have to drive for like 20 minutes to get to it. And I know 20 minutes isn't really that far, but it feels far. It feels really far. Okay, so now we're at that end of the video that I told you that if you fell asleep, you should fast forward to. And I'm not going to be kind enough, I guess, thoughtful enough, maybe the word, to remember to put a timestamp in like the description or something. I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, guys. But you can find this spot, or you could have. If you're listening to me now, you've already found the spot, actually. But moving on. So, I was in Walmart like earlier this week to do like bin shopping. I got well, you can't see them here, but a bunch of storage containers and stuff because I've built shelves all over the apartment with all the wedding gifts and stuff. We could barely even walk. It was terrible. Now we have all this space, and all it took was some shelves and a lot of bins. I went to Walmart many times. But while I was there, and full disclosure, I've already opened this guy up. I came across this thing. It was like in the laundry aisle, like just on a little end cap. So I'm hoping I can find them again. The website says that they still have them. So, but this is a ASMR pod. There, and it was labeled oddly satisfying, right? And there's mystery designs. So, like, you don't know what's in the package, right? And you open it up and there's layers. There's like tissue paper and crepe paper and plastic and just, everything that makes a ASMR video, I guess. And then on the inside, the final like little egg thing is one little fidget toy, just has a very simple purpose. And as I was, opening one of these up, I was like, well, on the one hand, they probably mass produce these, and YouTube is probably full of a million videos of people opening these, but that was actually pretty fun. Like, look at this. Isn't that perfect? How fun is that? And it'd be even better if I hadn't already opened it, because some of the layers I couldn't quite get back onto where they need to be. And then mine has a little Velcro toy. So you can let's do this for the microphone. That one kind of makes me get all cringy, right? But so what I'm thinking, I won't do any shout outs today because I want to eat lunch, but we are getting close to a big old round number. I want to say it's 400. I'm pretty sure 400 is the next milestone I'm about to hit. So I want you guys to think of questions you want to ask me, because what I'm going to do when we hit 400 is I'm going to buy a couple of these, and they're mystery guys. So who knows which of the, let's see here, 8 different varieties I'll get. And I'll basically peel a layer of the packaging. It's multiple layers, and answer a question. So you guys get to ask me some questions. I will be picky. I try not to disclose too much super personal information, but I'm sure there's a lot of things you guys would like to know that, wouldn't really threaten my identity or something. So think of some questions, leave them in the comments below, and when we hit 400 subscribers, maybe I'll answer one of them. And even if I don't, if this whole tissue paper, crepe paper, plasticky kind of a thing is your jam, it still might be fun to come over for the Q&A video. So with that, I just want to play with it now. They're a good fidget toy. Okay, I'm gonna put it away. Stay. With that, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video, clean up my mess, and get some lunch going. So thank you for supporting me and listening and potentially commenting. And thank you to the lurkers too, because you still make the algorithm like me a little bit better. Although I don't know how much of a goal that is anymore. At any rate, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you next time, okay? Bye bye.